Wrestling Casual.
So numerous reports have been coming out in regards to Brock Lesnar and Shinsuke Nakamura back during Shinsuke Nakamura's pre-WWE days, and this took place in 2006, I believe, when Shinsuke and Brock were both in New Japan. At that time, and Shinsuke says that Brock, technically the match he had with Brock made him cry, and he reveals that. And the reason he says this is because he felt like when he was fighting Brock Lesnar, the temperature was off, he didn't perform as well as he should have, and he could feel just in Brock's energy that he was not really into wrestling. He felt that Brock was obviously looking down on not only Shinsuke himself, but the rest of the New Japan talent, all the Japanese people. He felt Brock was kind of looking down on all of them, and that Brock was just there to essentially do his job. He wasn't in it for the love of wrestling. And there have been a lot of people who have obviously been criticizing Brock Lesnar as of late in regards to him being a champion that doesn't even care for the business at all. You know, Brock is literally there just to collect a paycheck, and he could care less about what the fans or anyone else thinks, and he's not in it to try to give the fans an actual show. Now, of course, this happened, well over a decade ago, so this is pre any of that stuff coming out. But now that conversation has been going on for the last couple of years, and this has just been apparently revealed today. Apologize for the notifications going off on my phone. It kind of puts things in perspective now that, okay, maybe people were right, because prior to this stuff actually coming out, and prior to a couple of other stories that have surfaced in regards to Brock's temperament and how he kind of is when it comes to his views and his treatment of his locker room etiquette, so to speak, there have been numerous things that have said Brock is just kind of there for himself. He's not really there for anyone else. And then there have also been other conflicting reports that says Brock does care about the business, he does care about wrestling, he's just a more closed off member of the roster in the industry, and he's not always going to be in front of cameras and everything. And who you see in the ring, who you see cutting promos, is very close to the actual real guy Brock. So when you look at this, I'm kind of curious as to those of you who are on this channel and anybody who discovers this video, what are your honest thoughts on it? Does it change your perception of things if you initially didn't think Brock Lesnar was a guy that really didn't care for wrestling, or simply, like I said, that this is nothing new, and that this recent report, or just I should say revelation of news, just reiterates the case in point that Brock Lesnar really isn't good for the business as far as the fans are concerned. We know why he's there. It's always about the money. It's always about the revenue. But when it comes to whether or not Brock Lesnar makes things better, he makes you interested in the product and in the brand, not because he's not there, but because anytime he does show up, it does feel special. It feels like this, this big attraction that you only get to see once every couple of months. So it keeps you intrigued, and the title isn't being obviously put on the line all the time everywhere. And obviously people have different perceptions on what they like as far as a heavyweight champion, a main roster champion is concerned. So feel free to comment your thoughts down there. And I've always liked Brock. The thing about him not being into pro wrestling, that's always kind of a little hard to, get your head wrapped around, especially I think if you genuinely, like his persona when it comes to his character. Now, Brock outside of WWE, I don't know how he treats people. When it comes to his character in WWE, I do like how he is. He's cut and dry. Paul Heyman, being his manager, has obviously been great for such a long time. But when it comes to, ethics and morals outside of the business, that's a different story. And, I guess that all differs on how people view that individually. Anyways, feel free to let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section below on whether or not, depending on Brock Lesnar's success or no success within UFC, is he going to come back to WWE, and how is he going to be treated? I don't know if he'll have another run. He's 41 years old as of now. I feel like he wants to probably close out in UFC. I don't know if this is going to be the last time we see Brock in WWE. I think that'd be too soon to tell. But if things are going to continue to kind of go south for him as far as his character and popularity is being concerned within the WWE universe, if he does make a return, I'm just curious if people are going to look at him differently, if more things and more stories like these continue to come out, especially when we got a fan favorite, even despite him being a heel like Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm just curious how things will kind of transpire over time. Anyways, appreciate you guys for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, I'll try to reply to all comments that I can soon as I get the chance. If there's anything you would like me to talk about or discuss, feel free to let me know that in the comment section below as well. And I will give you a shout out for supplying that video topic and suggestion. And yeah, I'll be back with some more wrestling discussion and content very very, very soon. Wrestling Casual signing out. So next time, we all have a great and fantastic day. See ya and goodbye.